So, but I know you've not played against South Africa or Ellis Park. So what's been said amongst the senior players telling the squad about the experience to expect on Saturday?
Yeah, I think obviously, firstly, being in South Africa has been a great experience so far, getting to do some things that I've not been able to do before. And then on the rugby side of things, just sort of respecting them as a rugby nation, knowing that their support is at an unbelievable level, and knowing what they're like as a team, play against some of the best players in the world that have ever played, is really exciting. And I'm really looking forward to the opportunity and some new experiences for me and my family, hopefully.
The Six Nations didn't pan out as you'd hoped for, but it finished with a very good performance in Paris. Is that now the blueprint that you want to play for your style of rugby going forward? And Maru said, this is the way we want to play from now on.
Yeah, I think so. I think every team you come up against offers slightly different opportunities, but we have some key things that we sort of pride ourselves on as a rugby team. So no matter who we're playing against, we'll try and translate that onto the pitch.
Seb, I was reading about your youth and your triathlons and your cross country and everything with the youth. Saturday is at altitude, and there's all these stories about burning lungs at altitude. Just your thoughts that you like to push yourself in terms of that. Are you looking forward to that challenge?
Yeah, definitely. We've done a little bit of sort of some training with altitude back home, and they're coming out here. We're a couple training sessions in now. I noticed it slightly when I first started. I think now it's probably my body's starting to adjust. But from my personal point of view, it's quite interesting to see. And I was saying before how maybe it's something that I can add to my training regime when I go back home, to continue having an edge of people. But yeah, no, from a personal point of view, it's just quite interesting to see.
Have you enjoyed it more than your teammates?
Maybe. I mean, if everyone else on the pitch is slightly tireder and I'm a bit fresher, then it opens up opportunities for me. So no, but I think the team are adjusting to it well, and yeah, we'll be ready for Saturday.
If I'm right, you were destined to come out here as under 18, with the COVID thing that was cancelled.
Yes.
Stage. And so how great is it to finally get out here and play at Ellis Park?
Yeah, great, definitely. To be in South Africa is an unbelievable place, not just for rugby, but the rugby itself is really exciting. A great challenge and something that I've always wanted to do ever since I started playing rugby. So really looking forward to it.
You're quite a fit guy. I mean, your opposition on Saturday is quite fit. Jessie, definitely, is a guy I'm sure you want to measure yourself with. Damian, just maybe some thoughts on that?
Yeah, really exciting. Like, they're some of the best centres over the last few years. So to be able to play my game, obviously I'll do my homework and try and understand what they're about. I've watched them many times, so I've got an idea. To respect them, but also to play my game. I know that if I play my game on the pitch, then hopefully they'll sort of be stressed. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Why not test yourself against some of the best?
Thanks. Thank you.
So when you look at South Africa and Champions Cup rugby and Challenge Cup rugby in particular, what have you learned from what you see with the clashes and with the angles that can clashes?
Yeah, well, my personal experience is, I think I only played one game, but it was the Challenge Cup final against the Sharks a few years ago. We had a great first 15, 20 minutes. We were really getting stuck in there, and we didn't quite convert. And then some of their individuals, particularly around the set piece, really started to take over. And to see that power and that strength firsthand was an interesting lesson learned for me and my teammates. But otherwise, watched some great brands of rugby played by the South African teams against some of the English sides. So yeah, another experience that I'm looking forward to taking.
Speaking of English sides in South Africa, is the team also quite buoyed by the kind of success that Bristol and Northampton have had in South Africa in the Champions Cup?
Yeah, maybe. I think there's been some good clashes between the two teams, but I think the ability for both leagues to come together, the connection that you have between the teammates, and it's a really exciting opportunity for us as a team to take on those challenges up front.
What have you made of the South African team that was picked today? I mean, Rassie does move around his teams, hasn't been pieces, but are they burning teams up? How does it actually clear your mind as a team to prepare for the week?
Yeah, obviously, for me personally, I can do my homework on a few individuals, but I think most of it will just be about us. We know that they were going to pick a world-class team, so for us, it's just about making sure that we have understanding around what our game looks like and making sure that translates onto the pitch on Saturday.
So, I mean, You, one of the younger guys in the side, I mean, Henry Slade was part of that team that came down here in 2018. Now, have you been chatting to him, getting some advice from him? Was a bit kind?
Yeah, I think definitely like they're key members of our squad. They've got that experience. They know sort of what we need to hear right now to make the most of Saturday. I think we've spoken sort of technically and tactically so far. I think as the week goes on and sort of emotionally to get ourselves prepped for the weekend, I'm sure they'll be able to have some good words of wisdom for the team.
Yeah. Just lastly, you and Finn have come a long way together and played a lot of rugby together. Have you guys had a word about just pitching yourself about maybe lining up together against the Springboks?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Obviously, we started playing together when we were 13. We lived together for a few years. So yeah, we have come a long way, and I think we've brought the best out of each other, particularly in those academy years. So hopefully we can continue to do that again on Saturday.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jess.
Thanks so much.